Good afternoon. It's November the 2nd. Beautiful day, 10 degrees, sunny. And I'm doing a test walk with my recovering ankle here. I tried to do one on Halloween night and the battery died after a very short time. You may have seen some of that on YouTube. And apparently my sound wasn't working, so I hope it's working now. If you can hear me, please let me know. So I'm just going to do a little walk around the neighborhood here, see how my foot holds up. It's not really my ankle now. The ankle is healed, but the foot, it's sore, is sore from not having been walked on very long. There used to be a house here. They tore it down this summer. Very weird to have an empty lot on this corner, but if you'd like to buy and build and be our neighbor, there you go. Here's the information. Okay, we're going to go up to Leopold. Might even go to the dike. See how my foot's feeling as I walk a little further here. So yes, if you missed my long ago now explanation, I broke my ankle on August the 9th, had surgery on August 11th. There's a plate, there's screws, 6 weeks non-weight bearing after that. And a few weeks after that, even though I was no restrictions, I could put as much weight on it as I wanted to. My foot hurt quite a bit. So walking was limited. It still hurts, but it's getting better all the time. I've also got orthotics in my shoes now. If you'll recall from way, way back, I was complaining about my foot hurting because of that, about my flat feet. And hopefully these orthotics will help with that. Anyway, trying to get back to things more normally, and we'll see what happens. Foot's swollen and will remain swollen for weeks probably. Foot and ankle both. It comes and goes, but it's mostly swollen, and sometimes it's swollen more. And after I do this walk, it'll probably be swollen more. This evening I have rehearsal with Wascana Voices, the high-end self-directed choir I sing with. Doesn't really affect that, except for standing up can be a problem. I want to go as far as the dike and try walking along the creek a little bit. Maybe. I'll give it a try. Walk up there, walk on a bit of the dike, and then come back down over the bridge. Not over the bridge, but won't cross the bridge. So yeah, summer has ended, as you can see. Trees are mostly leafless. We've had snow, but it hasn't stuck yet. It will, eventually. Very beautiful today. Actually, it snowed on Halloween morning, but it didn't stick. It was just about freezing Halloween night. Then it was warmer yesterday, and it's quite nice today, but very windy, and I know it's getting cooler after today, so that may be what's coming in with the wind here. The other thing I'm doing starting tomorrow is going back to the gym. I haven't been there since I broke my ankle either, so I kind of got used to not doing anything physical, but it's not good for you. The only physical thing I was doing for a while there was moving around with a walker, and I discovered that walkers are a lot of hard work because every step you pick up your entire body weight, put it back down again. So I think my upper body was getting a workout there, but my left leg, of course, was basically shriveling away. So that's another source of aching, or has been since I started walking again. But I've been walking for over a month now, so getting better all the time. It's getting better all the time. I used to have to use a walker. I limp all around my house. It's better right now. I'm showing you how I can walk even though I can limp. That didn't even rhyme, but I ran out of rhymes. Oh well. We'll never replace the Beatles version. The chorus still works though. I bet it's getting better, a little better all the time. Yes, I admit it's getting better, a little better. Since I had some wine, no. Actually, that was the worst thing. The first week after surgery, I was on morphine and couldn't take any wine, drink any wine. That was an incentive to get off of the, oh, right, this house is still under construction, I think, when I walked back here in August or July. Okay, going upstairs is okay. Going downstairs is a little iffier sometimes, but I can go up and pretty normal. All right, well, here's the creek, which I haven't walked along now for quite some time. Here's this house looking quite finished. I still think it's an interesting design. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan. Metal siding and everything. But clearly somebody's living in it. A nice view. That's an interesting trailer. We can look over the creek here. It's an interesting trailer. Oh, I actually have a comment. Can you hear me? That's the real question. If you can hear me, tell me you can hear me. Terry. In Palm Springs. Because the sound did not work, and it should have worked. It showed it that it was working, but it didn't work. So I could really use some confirmation that I'm actually not just talking to myself. Anyone at all, if you can hear me, leave a comment and tell me you can hear me. You can hear me. Yay, thank you, Terry. That's a relief. Because I said a lot of this stuff on Halloween night and then found out that I was literally talking to myself. It's doing okay here. I'm quite pleased, actually. It's not aching much more than it was before the break, although then it was a different part of the foot. There's still some green. I mean, I think that's an oak tree. It's certainly hanging in there. Green. Everything over here is bare. And the bushes along here are bare. So green grass. Okay, again, I'm keeping this short, so I'm just going to go down the stairs or the ramp here. Go back into the Crescents. I'm not walking along the creek like I often do today. Hopefully working back up to pretty much normal walking should be good. Probably my next big test will be walking downtown someday this week. Okay, there's the dike, the creek. We're going to go this way. Do I do the stairs? Let's see how they go. Oh, not so bad. Difference is that I used to, sometimes I'd be fine to go down without worrying about the railing too much, and now I always use the railing. Because it's just, the left foot doesn't bend quite the way it should because of the swelling. So range of motion is good, but I can tell the difference when I'm going down the stairs. They tell you to step down with your bad foot, step up with your good foot. Down with the bad, up with the good. There's a house I watched the construction of doing these walks. If you go back to the beginning of them, you could probably almost do a time lapse of it. Yeah, I would have walked over here Halloween night possibly. They always have some decorations, but again, my foot was bothering me more, and the battery died, and I hope it doesn't die this time. I'm just at the point where I'll be upgrading to a new phone. My contract is up, And that should solve the lousy battery life situation, I hope. I would hope a new phone would have better battery life than this 2-year-old one now. So whatever the latest iPhone is, I guess it's a 17, is probably what I'll be going up to. Let's cross over to this side. Nice blue sky. I don't see a cloud in the sky. This is an interesting house. I've always wanted to see the inside of it, but never have. And forbidding from the outside, but I bet you it's nice inside. One of those houses an architect designed for himself. And they've also got a double lot, so they've got this huge garden on this side, which is very nice in other times of the year. Not so much right now. See how the wind's blowing the flags over there. Oh, we were also heartbroken last night when the Blue Jays lost. They had it. They had it in their hand. It was theirs to take, but they did not take it. They let LA come back and win it in extra innings. Not that I follow baseball as a rule, more of a football guy. Of course, the big football thing will be this coming Saturday Western Final in the Canadian Football League with the Riders playing British Columbia to see who goes to the Grey Cup, which I believe is in Winnipeg. Winnipeg, unfortunately for them, got defeated in the crossover playoff game with Montreal. So it's Montreal facing somebody. I don't actually know who's number one in the West, East. Probably Toronto. In the East, and maybe it's Hamilton. I really don't know. And we're facing British Columbia next week here. They beat Calgary in the semifinal yesterday. They're nice new houses along here. And then you have over there that row house. Row houses were built in 1913, I think. Henderson Terrace, it's called. Okay, do I go a little further, go up Leopold, or do I cut this close and just head on home from here? Maybe since this is my first real walk doing this, I'll keep it pretty short here. It's not like it doesn't ache. It does ache, for sure. Maybe I'll go up Leopold a bit and then cut through the alley. That's what I'll do. Just stretch it out a little bit more than if I went straight back down to Retallick over here. So, Leopold Crescent. There's usually rabbits in that field, but I don't see any today. Again, I would have walked up this way on Halloween night if the battery had held in there. Everything looks so nice in the sunshine, even if it's not the prime time for flowers and things. Grass is still green. Yeah, I'll cut this. I'm starting to feel it a bit more now with every step, so time to turn around and head home on this test walk. Trying out the new ankle. It's the same old ankle, but it's got new parts. There's about, I think it's 6 screws in a plate. 5 or 6 screws. And in March, I'll go back for a 6-week follow-up and see how that's all doing. Possible, if they feel they need to, they'll remove the screws. I talked to somebody who had plate and screws, and they got the plate and screws removed later on. So I don't know what's down the road, but it is weird because you can feel that piece of metal, and it's right under your skin because there's not a lot of skin on your ankle. I mean, there's a layer of muscle over it, I guess, but it's still pretty thin. This just takes us up to my crescent, which we will then walk along to get home. Go down the alley, but I don't think I will. Could be some mud. It did rain a little bit this morning. I suppose the crescent is technically a little more interesting. The Beatles song is still running in my head. I admit it's getting better, a little better, all the time. The elm trees here, usually among the last to lose their leaves, and they're down, which is good because I don't know when they're coming, but I've got somebody coming to clean the yard of the leaves. So the more of them that are down before that happens, the fewer of them there are in the spring cleanup. And currently, this year for sure, but any year anymore, I don't have any interest in doing the work myself, raking, bagging. Still have to do my own snow shoveling. We haven't hired anybody to look after that, although tempting. Tempting except for the fact it costs money. Yeah, this will be just about the right amount of walking, I can tell. For this first test walk. How long has it been? 17 minutes, so it'll be about 20 minutes. A little over. Respectable, if not up to my old standards of an hour every time I went out. I used to deliberately try to do an hour most times, unless I was just walking downtown. I was very religious when I started. Hello, Steph. Didn't miss a day for, a large portion of the first year. And I've been more like 3 or 4 times a week at best since then, more recently. On weekdays, I kind of resent the time because I'm always so busy with writing and publishing, editing stuff. Of course, I'm going to the gym on Wednesdays and Fridays, and that's an hour out of my day. So I can't also do an hour walk. So I try to build in a walk where I can. I can walk to the gym, maybe, but I don't think I'm quite there yet with it, since I don't want to aggravate it any more than I have to before I get to the gym, where I will most likely aggravate it. You can see the wind blowing the leaves. I'll cross over since we live on the other side of the street. This house is done up as a haunted house. I really wanted to show that on Halloween night. But again, I never got back around to it before my battery died. It's very disappointing. And my sound was gone anyway. So, yes, it's a very nice day. Not a cloud in the sky. Relatively warm, 10 degrees Celsius. Not bad for November the 2nd. Cooling off more after today, but nothing bitterly cold in the forecast just yet. It's sort of single-digit temperatures above and below zero for the next little while. Alrighty, I will stop on this corner. Yeah, and if you're looking for a great location to build a house, there's the people to talk to. And I'll stop here. So thanks for walking with me as I hopefully make this more regular again going forward. And yeah, that's it for today. Bye for now.